Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. So today we are going to be doing my 5K Q&A. First of all, I just want to say thank you much.
Hello.
Thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers. I mean, that is just crazy to me. This was like my far off goal that I thought was totally unreasonable and I would never ever reach. And now I'm here. So it's all because of you guys. I seriously love this community so much. It is so cool that I can just be like, hey, what do y'all think of this book? Or hey, I really love this book. And I instantly have somebody cool to talk about it with. I love y'all. And thank you for submitting questions. If you did, I should have asked for questions on my freaking YouTube community tab, but I didn't. I just did it on Instagram. So sorry if you missed it and you didn't get a chance to ask a question. Definitely follow me on Instagram though, because I do be putting a lot of polls and stuff up over there. Also, before we get into the Q&A, can we just look at this little cardigan moment? I have like, she's a Y2K wintry dream. Like, this is what Lizzie McGuire would have died for when she was in Rome. Just like,
This is what dreams are made of.
like, this is what my dreams are made of, this green fuzzy cardigan. Anyway, I'm very excited to be doing this video. Let's answer your questions. So I picked, I think like my top 12 or something questions that I wanted to answer because there were just too many to choose from. So I didn't want to make this video an hour long. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first question I have here is from my friend Kirsten from Kirsten's Corner. And she asked, do you analyze the books that you read from your educational professional experience? And if you don't know, I am a therapist. And yes, I definitely come from a therapeutic lens when I am analyzing a book. Like if a therapist is mentioned, immediately my spidey senses start tingling and I'm like, okay, is this gonna be accurate representation? Is this gonna be ethical representation? And a lot of the times it's not great in books. So I do look at that. And I also very closely look at mental health rep. Not only in books, but in the book community. Is this about to be tea on the first question? Okay, so here's the thing. I love the Booktube community, but a lot of y'all be speaking on mental health when you don't really know what the hell you're talking about, and I'm just gonna say that. Before you throw around clinical definitions, especially if you just read a fictionalized account in a fictionalized novel, about that condition, before you start talking about that, please do your research, because I will hear people in review videos talking about,
Well, this character is just bipolar and blah, blah, blah. And oh my God, well, this character had schizophrenia.
and I'm like, okay, no, that's not what that is. Like, this is horrible representation in this book, and you don't even know that, and this is where you're getting like your actual mental health information. That is terrifying to me. So yes, I definitely look at books through a mental health lens. And kind of similar to that, Amanda, one of my BFFs on Booktube, asked, did you know freshman year that you wanted to do therapy, or was there a moment that you vividly remember knowing? So initially, I thought I was gonna do musical theater. I was in musical theater for a long time. That's like my extracurricular activity. I was a theater kid. If you didn't know that about me already, I'll just expose myself now. So yeah, I thought I was gonna do that for my life and be a little Broadway baby. And I even did like college auditions, and it was very stressful. And I got so many callbacks to so many musical conservatories. Like I could have done that for my life. And then I just remember knowing, I do remember the moment that I knew. It was this night before the deadline for Texas school, like college applications closed. I had a freak out. I was like, this is my last chance to not do musical theater for my life. And I remember I went on the UT admissions page and I knew that I had automatic admission. I was in the top 10% of my graduating class. So I was just like, boom, let me get in my application. I know I have automatic admission. This will be my backup. This will be what I'm gonna do if I have a freak out. And I did have a freak out. Like, I know that that was a sign that I did that. And immediately once I applied to be a psych major, and I was like, you know what? I really like psychology. I've always loved psychology. I like psychology in musicals, in books, in songs. Like, I'm always analyzing things, and I like to see how people's brains work. I've always been obsessed with true crime for that like element of like human depravity, just human pathology. I've always been interested in how that works. So I was like, you know what, maybe this is what I should do for my life. And then freshman year of college, I was a psych major. I was like, what am I gonna do with this? I can't just go about my life with a bachelor's in psychology degree because I will be poor. So I was looking at the different tracks. I thought I was gonna get my PhD for a while. Thank God I didn't do that. Decided to get my master's and become a therapist. And here we are now. Ashley asked for the best tips to start your own Booktube channel, and she asked for my Starbucks order. And my Starbucks order is seasonal. And it's very complicated. If I'm panicking and I need like an old reliable, I will do an iced chai with oat milk. In the fall time, I do an iced chai with oat milk, add pumpkin cold foam. And in the winter time, I get a peppermint mocha, sometimes iced, sometimes hot, depending on if the Texas weather is cooperating with me. And in the summertime, I get a passion tea lemonade. That's my Starbucks order. And honestly, my tips for starting your own Booktube channel is just do it. If you think that this would be fun for you, do it. It's not about the success. And I think the people that do it for views and money and sponsorships and all of this stuff, those are not the people that are going to do well and have longevity on this platform. So you probably saw that weird like gray glitch in the footage. Yeah, I don't know if that was like my sleep paralysis demon coming up and interrupting the footage so I didn't get canceled and like spill too much tea in this video. But basically I lost like 6 minutes of footage of me answering questions. I don't know how that happened. Divine intervention, who knows? But basically what I was saying about the answer to this question, because I do think it's important, is I think it's painfully obvious when people are motivated to start making videos for, to use bachelor terms, not the right reasons. And if you want to start a channel for fun, for the community, because you want to talk about books with people and have a fun time, like, then you should definitely start a channel. And I literally just film videos on my iPhone and edit them on iMovie, and I have a great time, and this has been a wonderful experience for me with those very simple tools. So I would recommend that you do that if those are your reasons for wanting to start a channel. But I think it's really important to look at the reasons that you want to start a channel, and if you feel like you're being motivated by the success or something like that, the views or whatever, just being a social media person, I don't think that that would be great motivation or speak to longevity, because I've seen a lot of people on this platform that weren't motivated for the right reasons and maybe were just reading things for content, and it was very obvious that they were not involved and like interacting with their community and having a good time reading books that they enjoyed, and they have not lasted a long time and found much success here. So I think if you want to start a Booktube channel that is successful, have that be defined by your enjoyment and your interaction with the community and nothing else. That is my biggest tip, is just the attitude that you go in with. You can literally make shit videos in iMovie like I do and have a good time. So that's my biggest advice. Okay, I don't know how many other questions I missed because of this lost footage, so I apologize, but let's get back into the video. But let's move on to the next question. My real life bestie Danny asked book recs for boss bitches, and I have too many. So I'm just gonna link below a bunch of recommendation videos, like a good thriller rec video, a good romance rec video, and like an underrated rec video. So go down there for all the best book recs. Elizabeth asked, not book related, but your outfits are so cute. Thank you. Fave clothing stores. And honestly, I get this question a lot and I never know how to answer because my closet is such just like an amalgamation. Like I never shop at the same places because I don't shop like, oh, I'm gonna walk into the store and just get whatever I want. I shop like based on my own personal style. So I will look for specific pieces. Like I got this weird Y2K cardigan on Depop. I also do a lot of thrifting and vintage shopping. I go to a lot of local boutiques. I don't like having the same Forever 21 dress and Target sweater as like every other bitch. Although I do love Target. Target is like where I will impulse buy clothes. The Wild Fable line, oh my God. Literally kill me. It's so cheap and everything is so cute. But honestly, I always regret buying fast fashion. And when I buy stuff from like a thrift store, a vintage store, or like Depop or something, I know that that's a piece I'm gonna love forever. But if you're talking about like going to the mall, I will go to Windsor, Zara, H&M, and boutiques. Like that's kind of where I shop. Ooh, also, I'm gonna put you onto something. Glassons.com. It's an Australian, kind of like Australian version of like Brandy Melville. Like everything is very simplistic, but it's much more size inclusive than Brandy Melville. So Glassons, I will link that below. Go check it out. Carol asked for my favorite and my least favorite video of mine. And
I have a lot of least favorite.
There are so many videos that I go back and look at, even just a thumbnail, and I'm like, girl, we finna private this. Like, it is, oh, okay. So there was one specific readathon that I was a part of. I was a host, and I really did not have a good time. I'm just gonna be honest. That readathon was not fun for me. I was going through a rough time. The people that I was co-hosting with, I felt like really didn't like me. So I was not having a blast, and I feel like you can just tell in every single video that I made for that readathon. The sprints, the announcement video, the vlog, all of it, you can just tell I don't give a fuck about what I'm doing because I was so done with the people that I was hosting with. Not everyone, but like select people. And that's what I was saying earlier about just being genuine. Like, I feel like I can tell when I watch that, like, ew, this is not good content. I don't want to watch it because it feels so disingenuous. I was just doing it for the content of the readathon, not because I was having a fun time. And I will not do that shit anymore because I just feel like it will come through so obviously that I'm straight up not having a good time. So that's definitely my least favorite. Those are my least favorite videos that are on my channel. And then my favorite videos are the like themed reading vlogs. Those are the ones that I'm really, really proud of. Like my Dark Academia vlog that I did last Christmas. I had like a holiday reading vlog where we did a ton of like fun Christmas activities and read a ton of fun Christmas books. I really love those like themed vlogs, especially when I get a chance to like do some fun themed activities with the book theme. Like that is just my favorite kind of content that I make, and it's my favorite kind of content to watch from other creators. So love those. Gabby said, congrats. Thank you, queen. What are your top 3 favorite movies? Okay, I don't know. I'm not a movie queen. I'll just be straight up honest with you. You should not trust my opinion because I like shitty horror movies only. My actual favorite movies, if I'm like thinking about movies that like impacted me emotionally, are number 1, Life is Beautiful. It's a foreign film. If you can find a dubbed version of it, please watch it. It literally broke my heart and ruined my life. I, Tonya with Margot Robbie. I have watched this movie 5-6 times now. Never gets old. I always enjoy it every time I watch it. And I also love Because of Winn-Dixie. This is like my feel-good childhood movie. I just love dogs, and obviously this movie is about like a little girl whose mom leaves and she's like dealing with having a single parent household. And I watched this movie for the first time when I was first navigating how to live in a single parent household, and it just touched my little child soul. So those are probably my top 3 like serious recs. But if we're talking horror movies, oh girly, I got a list. I got a master list of the best horror movies that I've ever watched. If you want me to make a video on my top favorite horror movies or like thriller movies, please let me know down below, because I would totally be open to doing that. Just know, like, they're not gonna be like,
oh my god, this director and the cinematography.
It's gonna be like, oh girly, that was blood. So if that's something you want, let me know down below. If not, I'll just stick to books. Tess said, congrats. Thank you. I'm interested in becoming a therapist. Any tips for the profession, pros and cons? Okay, I love this question and I get it a lot. I just want to let you know, before you take on therapy as a profession, it is really fucking hard. And I know people say that about every job, you know, teaching, nursing, whatever. Being a therapist, I'm not going to say that it's more difficult, but I am going to say it is a heavy career. Any career in the helping profession, it is heavy. You have to hold space not only for your own shit, but your job is literally to show up and hold space for other people's shit. So if you feel like you can't handle that, or mentally you're not in a place where that feels like something you could do for multiple hours every single day, you have to be objective with yourself and know what you can handle. You have to be an expert at boundaries. You have to be an expert at self-care. If you don't have these tools, pursuing a career in counseling is going to be really, really difficult for you. But there are so many pros. This is the most fulfilling career I could ever dream of. I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of my clients' therapeutic journey and help them, meet them where they are, hold their hand, and walk them where they want to be. That is where I feel the most joy and purpose in my life. So I wouldn't trade it for anything, even though it is so fucking hard. The next question is, when are you getting married? I am, in fact, engaged. If you didn't know, me and Cameron actually set our date. We have our venue, we have our date. Oh my God, so exciting. It is December 8th, 2023. So I am so very excited for this day. I know it's like in 2 years. I just want to give myself time to set up my private practice and feel good in my career before I'm like wrought with wedding stress. My career is always going to be number one. Sorry to my family, sorry to Cameron, sorry to my dogs. Like, I freaking love what I do, and I want to make sure that I set myself up for success in the future. So we're gonna wait, we're gonna push the wedding back a couple years, but that will give me time to plan and get excited for 2023. Nitty Ready Reads, who is another one of my faves. She asked a favorite Booktube memory and any videos I hated filming. Definitely the ones for that readathon. I did not like filming those. I also just hate doing announcement videos. I hate them. Any announcement video I've ever filmed, yes, I've been excited to like post it and announce like what I'm doing, but it just feels so fucking stupid. Like, what, I'm gonna sit here and talk to you for 6 minutes when I could have just posted on my Instagram story like, hey girlies, I'm doing this. Like, ew, I don't like announcement videos. But when you do like readathons and things with other people and everybody coordinates their announcement videos, like, I don't want to be the one person that's like, I'm not gonna announce, but like, I just don't like them. And my favorite Booktube memory, hands down, is when Jess came to visit me last year. She literally flew on a plane to visit me, little old me. And we had like a whole long weekend together. She ended up staying an extra day because we were just living. We were having the best time. And it was so cool to meet an internet friend in real life and like build a real life friendship. It was so weird to like meet someone and never have met them in person before and just immediately like click, oh, pick up our conversation right where we left off. That was such a cool experience, and I'm actually going to see her again in a few weeks, so I'm super excited for that. That's my favorite memory. And then this last question I didn't get a screenshot of. I don't know why, but I have it in like my little notifications. So I'll just put up my little notification. Sorry. I think it was like, you know, the one like at the end of the row, so I just like didn't get it in the screenshot. Anyway, sorry, this one doesn't match the rest, but Naima asked, how do you manage to film and upload with work and having a social life? And hey, what's up, queen? I miss you, girl. Honestly, I get this question so much. This is one that I get in my DMs all the time. Like, people will say, girlie, I don't know how you do it. And honestly, I don't know how I do it either. I am really exhausted a lot of the time, to be honest. But I, in the past couple years, have realized I only have room in my life for things that I love. So I think it's a lot easier to make time for things when you genuinely love everything you're doing. I feel like I rarely have moments in my days where I'm not enjoying actively what I'm doing. I enjoy doing Booktube so much. I obviously love reading. I love interacting with you guys. I love my work. I'm so passionate about it, and I only have time for a social life with people who appreciate me and lift me up, and if I'm feeling good with them. So that's kind of how I make the time, is I will want to prioritize things that make me feel good. So yeah, if your DM is sitting unopened for me and it's this question, just know like this question stresses me out. So if I don't answer, I apologize, but that is kind of like my blanket answer, is if you're doing something that you enjoy, it's not going to be hard to make time for it. So those are all the questions that I'm going to answer in this 5K Q&A. Thank you guys again for 5,000 subscribers. I love you guys so, so, so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.